Hi friends, welcome back. This is Solomon Jagwe. I am back with another quick tutorial and insight. Today we're going to be talking about animation using in Daz Studio, using power pause and to refine Mockup, and also how to combine this with the face rig controls. So if you're new to my channel, welcome, and kindly spare a minute to subscribe and hit that notification bell as you're alerted when I post a new video. And to everybody else who has subscribed, I thank you so much for your support. I appreciate it. Thank you guys. And okay, today I'm following up on a comment on one of the videos that I did that had to do with the face controls in Daz Studio. So, and I'll go back to this. This is the face control that I talked about, Genesis 3 and 8 face controls, and that makes animation much easier in Daz Studio, and also it makes it easier to to edit mockup, like facial mockup that you brought it inside Daz Studio. So the video is right here. I'll post a link in the description below so you can watch it in its fullness when you get a chance. All right, so today I wanted to talk about the rig controls in combination with power pause. So there's a built-in animation editing, like a facial editing tool in here called power pause, and you find it by going to window. We go to pen tabs up here and look for power pause. Okay, click on that, and the character has to be selected for it to show up. So let me show you that. So right now it's not showing up until I go and click on the character, and there it shows up. So this one of my friends on YouTube, one of my I don't know if he's a subscriber or not, but he did point out that there's a tool in here in Daz Studio that's already built in that does pretty much what the face controls do. And I wanted to point out the differences, the advantages of for each tool, and also what the power of combining both of them actually. Okay, and I pointed out that when the first time I bought it, it was on sale. I think it's still on sale here. It's like $24.48, and I wanted to point out that for $25, no, $24.48, I think it's a worthwhile investment. And this is just me sharing my personal opinion. And so this tool right here, power pause, is already built into Daz Studio, and it does a pretty good job. Like if I'm gonna zoom in, by the way, what I'm using right now, what you're looking at is Filament, the new Filament render engine that they've added to Daz Studio 4.14. I did another tutorial on that, so I'll share the link in the description below as well. But that's why it looks so good, and it's easy to navigate, but you also get a better response when you're doing the animation. Okay, so here it's in the power pause, right now we don't have any facial animation in here. I'm just showing you before I bring the facial animation how this works, and if you already know how to use it, now please bear with me. And so what I do, I'm gonna show you, like for example, the chin right here. Let me actually rotate the camera so we see a little bit more of this, and make sure you're on the first frame because we are not yet ready to key anything. Okay, and I'm gonna use the right mouse button so you can see how it's transforming the neck. Okay, and Control Z. So I'm hoping that there will be like I haven't seen it yet, but there needs to be like some kind of reset button here. All right, so and then we're gonna click on the jaw, and then I'm gonna use the right mouse button so you can see it moving the jaw left and right. Right, so that is a power pause. Okay, Control Z, undo. So I'm showing you the demo. I'm trying to demonstrate the power of this tool while like working on just a basic starting point of a character. Okay, and so you get a sense, and it looks like it crashed. Okay, let me see if I can bring back. I didn't even know that power pose would crash like that. So let's try it again. Let's bring up power pose. Where are you, power pose? Come back. Okay, wait, do I have it already here? All right, it looks like it just crashed. Oh my gosh. Okay, come on, power pose. Where'd you go? Pens, power pose. Where are you? Power pose. Sorry, right here. Okay, so we're back. It looked like it had, I think it was in the background. I don't know if it had crashed, but anyway, let's try again. So anyway, I'm trying to show you that there is a tool that is built into Daz Studio right now, and it has different modes. You can even go like granular level here, and I'm gonna scale it up like that, and we can click on one of these, and again using you can see how you're able to move the nose. Okay, Control Z to reset, and then the lips. Let's do the jaw, the chin. So now you're at a more local level. So you get the 4-axis like this using if you move it up and down, you get the Y translate. If you move the left mouse button left and right, you get the translate, and then the right mouse button like that. So for example, if I needed to move this in and out, I can do that. That is up and down. I'm using the right mouse button right now, Control Z. And if I do the left mouse button, and you can see how it's kind of rotating left and right. Okay, so that's the overall, the way this functions. And you always go back to the overall facial features, and you can be more like it's like trying to build. This is the blocking block build. Sorry about that. These are the building blocks for your facial animation. So you would use these initially to block out, and then you go down here, you click on this button to go down to the nuances. Okay, so the power of this is that once you bring in the facial animation in the scene, you're going to be able to refine the facial mockup data. Okay, and make sure that this is selected for it to keep staying there. All right, so let me also bring up the rig controls and make sure the character is selected, and I go to poses up here, and then I go to Genesis face controls and double click on that, and it adds it onto the scene. And this is the beauty of the Filament render engine, because you can see it so nicely and you still get the nice textures, right? So we'll go in here to the rig controls. I'm gonna drag them so they are part of the head. Let's go all the way down, Genesis face controls, and I want to parent them to the head, right? So we want them to be up here. And let me see if I can scale this down. Wait, come on. Okay, there we go. And let's find the rig controls. There they are, the face control, Genesis face. And then we'll go up, 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 up. And I want to parent them to the head. Okay, so that way if I move the head, and zoom in, yeah, so now they're moving together with the head. All right, okay, so power pose, you can know, and you notice that now I have both of them working together. So this is the advantage, that you can actually use both systems together. So if you don't want to get the face controls for Daz Studio, you don't have to, right? You can still use power pose, but my suggestion is that you actually combine both of them, because there's something to being able to select the controls right here in the scene, and then actually moving it, visually, right? And being able to rotate. Let's rotate the head. So being able to see them, and you can rotate all the way around as you're sculpting, as you're moving them around, right? So that there is then an advantage to that. So you can combine both systems, but I think this is the advantage of having the two systems. I mean, you don't have to use the face controls, but if you want to do like nuanced animation, you can combine the two systems together to refine the face. Okay, so let's bring in some facial mockup. Let's go ahead and import. And let me see facial controls, tone breaker, bring up. Okay, so we have stone breaker. And we're gonna move power pause over here for a second, bring up the timeline, and make sure that I'm on the first frame. All right, select scar, and I'm gonna use let's bring up library, no, controls, and scripts, phenomenon, and then I'm gonna use face motion. Double click on face motion and transfer. So I've made this adjustment. It saves these settings. And so I can just transfer, but you can refine it if you want. So okay, go ahead and transfer quick. And I think for this, since I've already shown how fast it can do this, let me pause the video for a second and get back, because we really want to talk about the rig controls and how you can use them, that power pause together with the rig controls and how you can use it to refine the animation. Okay, let me pause for now. So I finished importing the animation. I actually had to go in and delete all the armor. It was taking up too much memory. So, but anyway, that's what you normally do when you're doing animation anyways. You kind of try to clean up the scene that takes up, to remove anything that will slow down the animation process. And then when you're ready for the animation, you can add all the other things. All right. So if I play back this animation, and you can see the character speaking to all my loyal lieges. For now and forever, I shall be whole king. That's a voice that I did. I love doing these kind of animations, but that's the beauty of the technology that we have now. Okay, so this is the animation that we have. And again, the idea was to use this together with power pause. So I'm going to bring up power pause. I had some issues earlier where I thought it had crashed, but let's give it another try. So go to panes up here, but tap and go to power pause. And if you select the character, it's going to show up again. Let's increase the size so we can see more of the templates. Okay, and I'm going to resize it here. And we're going to click on this icon right here. And we're going to dig deeper into the interface. Okay, so we had talked about how to control some of these features. So what I encourage you to do is always be on the first frame if you want to do the nuanced animation that's global. Okay, so let's zoom in a little bit. So power pause. So this is without the rig controls. I'm not going to use the rig controls. I'm going to use just simple power pause. All right. So this guy is speaking like in a menacing voice, and he's trying to be like mean to his minions, kind of like that, right? But I want him to have like a sneer, like a sinister kind of look. So what I do then is I'm going to use these controls here to shape his mouth so that he's kind of sneering. All right, so first step is, let's see if we can move this up a little bit, and this one, make the mouth a little wider. Okay, and so this is the beauty of these two levels of control. So we've done that part, and now we can go in and do this other level of control. So I'm gonna move this, and remember we're on the first frame. So we're trying to give him a sneer. I'm trying to combine all the different controls. And so, as you can see, this is kind of, in a way, it's easy to use, but it's also a little bit tedious because I don't see the controls as well, right? Whereas if I were in here And I can see for sure that this control right here, I can use it to, not the head, make sure like each control is selected. So to me, this seems to be a little bit easier to control in the scene right here, because I can rotate and see how far, you know, these, for example, that control right now, I'll probably need to move it a little, you know, in whichever one it is. It wasn't the right one that I selected, but you get a sense. So there are advantages of both systems, because you know for sure if you're here, you get a sense of what parts are being selected. But also this one gives you the nuanced controls of each one of these, so you're able to control them individually or not. Okay, so I'll go back to, and you can actually look in here and see the names like raise, funnel, bottom, whatever. So go back to this, go to that. So I'm trying to combine both systems to give me that sneer, you know. So let's move this up a little bit more. All right, so he has that slanted look, right? So let's go ahead and play the animation. Let's move this up a little bit and play back. No, so I moved the camera. I shouldn't have done that. Oh boy. Okay, so let's actually use the perspective view for now, and let's play back. Oh my loyal lieges, for now and forever I shall be your king. Yeah, okay, so you get the idea. And what I did here was I combined both systems to get that sneer. And each one, I mean, again, like I said, you don't have to have the face controls, but if you have it, then you get a chance to do some nuanced editing for that. Okay, and you can key like different parts of them, so this sneer doesn't have to stay the same. It can actually move. So if I go back to the beginning, maybe I need to, let's see, what can I do here? Like maybe I want him to do like that, right? And let's see, no, not the head. Sorry, I keep selecting the entire head and I shouldn't. Okay, so move that nostril up a little bit and then go back and let's play back. Oh my loyal lieges, for now and forever I shall be your king. Okay, so that is the power of combining the two systems. So yes, you have power pause that you can use to adjust the facial features, but now with the rig control combined, you can get really good nuanced animation. And I mean, right now this is just me doing this quick edit, but given the time and effort, I can actually go in and make some more nuanced animation. So let me actually switch to Filament, give it a chance to kick in, and let's play back the animation and see what it looks like in Filament. Oh my loyal lieges, for now and forever I shall be your king. Isn't that cool, guys? Yeah, so that is the exciting part, is that you can combine these two systems so they can work together to create this animation, and of course use Filament to do that like previews, quick render, so you get a sense of what this looks like before you switch to NVIDIA or like or Octane. Thanks so much again for stopping by, friends, and I hope this can in a way, I hope this helps you see the power of these two systems combined together, and of course using Filament to do the render. So I had to delete the armor, but you would have seen it together with the animation. Actually, you know what, I could actually do that, but let me the animation is going to be slowed down if I load all the armor, because it will be too too heavy. All right. So I'm gonna I think stop here, and I hope if you have questions, or if you're using Filament and using this rig control and power pause, let me know your thoughts, and I would love to see what you guys are creating out there. Again, dare to dream big. Don't give up on your dream. As always, let's continue to harness these tools to tell our stories. Do please spare a minute to subscribe and hit that notification bell so you're alerted when I post a new video. Again, quick review is that we were combining power pause, which you can find up in the window panes, and go to power pause and load it and use it to adjust the facial features, but also add the face control to the head so that you can refine all those animation like the rig controls here and create some convincing animation. All right. Thank you so much, friends, and see you next time with another quick another insight and tutorial. And as always, dare to dream big. Thank you so much, and bye for now.